Yes, yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today we're looking at the new ring ratings. And it makes for very interesting viewing. And we see at the top they have Tyson Fury, followed by Anthony Joshua, followed by Deontay. Whoops! Where's Deontay? Where's Deontay Wilder? He's not the top. He's not the number one. The number two. Oh, dang. Deontay Wilder drops down below Dillian Whyte. Now, isn't that ironic? Wilder, who said Dillian Whyte wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough to be in the ring with him. Did he say that? Okay, so now he drops below Dillian Whyte. I wonder if now he feels that Dillian Whyte is a worthy opponent since he's higher ranked than him. Or a turn up for the books. Okay, let us continue. We'll circle back to that later. In 4, we have Luis Ortiz. Now, why the hell is Luis Ortiz in 4th? Who's he beat? Who's his best win? Who's that? Brian Jennings? Years back? Who he beat? I don't know what the hell he's doing in there. Okay. And in 5, we have Andreas the Punch Ruiz. I'll take a look at him a bit more in a second. And then in 6th place, it's Alexander Povetkin, who, of course, as we know, is fighting Anthony Joshua later on this year. Okay, so let's take a look at a few of the people in the top 5. Who do we have here? Oh, it's the Destroyer. It's the new, more streamlined Andreas the Punch Ruiz, who apparently, under Eddie Reynoso's tutelage, his new trainer, apparently he's knuckling down. I would imagine that Reynoso would have read him the riot act and said, listen, if you're coming over here to work with us, you know, we build champions over here, so you know you gotta knuckle down. You can't be half-stepping. First time I see you half-stepping, you're out. We don't deal with losers, okay? There's nothing wrong in losing, but you gotta put the application in. I've never heard Eddie Reynoso speak, so I don't know what his accent is, so I just came up with something. Hope you appreciate it. Okay, so that's the new trimmer, Andreas the Punch Ruiz. Where do we see him? Where do we see him with his next win? Who's he gonna fight? Chris Arreola? He's obviously gonna beat Arreola, and that should move him up from 5th place. That should leapfrog him over Ortiz, Luis Ortiz. So we should expect him to go up to 4th place at least. And what happens when Wilder fights Fury the next time, the 3rd time for the trilogy, and loses again, which I'm confident he will lose. Sorry, folks. That's the way I feel. Where does he go then? So he'll have to drop from 3. He'll have to drop down from Ruiz, who will be in 4. He'll have to drop down to the highest he can drop down is to 5. Ruiz will be in 4. Ortiz. Where the hell's Ortiz? Ortiz, I presume they're going to have to drop him below Povetkin. Or will Povetkin still be there? I don't know. But, and then Ruiz, Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's fighting Povetkin. I think earlier on I said Anthony Joshua's fighting Povetkin. Of course, Anthony Joshua already fought Povetkin. First man, the only man to have knocked him out. So yeah, it's Whyte who's fighting Povetkin. If he wins that, I'll keep him up there in the top 3, presumably. And Wilder will drop further down. Dame. And Andy Ruiz will be up in the top 4. I believe Mauricio Suleiman once Andy Ruiz wouldn't mind to see the Mexican-American holding the WBC belt, so don't be surprised. Don't be surprised who the if after Tyson Fury beats Wilder the next time, do not be surprised if the WBC kind of nudge Andy Ruiz. You that direction, the direction towards the belt. But of course, Dillian Whyte is the mandatory, so I don't know how they're going to pull that one off. We can only wait and see. But the news is Dillian Whyte moves ahead of Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. It's going to be interesting to see his take on Dillian Whyte going forward. Of course, he appeared to be in no rush. He appeared to have very little desire to prove his mettle against Dillian Whyte. And so Dillian Whyte, if he gets past Povetkin, should be facing Tyson Fury next. Is that how it's going to play out? We can only wait and see. But the news is Dillian Whyte moves ahead of Deontay Wilder. And if you look at the flags, you will see that England, the UK, are number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the Ring Magazine rankings. When was the last time that happened? History in the making as we speak. England, number 1, number 2, and number 3. And even if you dispute the positionings, I know a lot of people say, well, Anthony Joshua deserves to be in the top spot. He's consistently fought at a higher level than Fury. But matter not. England, the UK, number 1, number 2, number 3, regardless of which order you have them in. That is something quite amazing. And what say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, it's the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show, Mondays, Wednesdays, and some Fridays. It's the Raphael Dawkins, and I'm out.